Here, a little treat. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's a good girl. We call them man's best friend. Dogs are amazing creatures with an awareness and empathy that we've yet to fully understand. Here in Rockwall, Texas, there's a charity called Patriot PAWS that takes full advantage of their talents. That's a good girl.
Right now we're going to start our classrooms and they're going to teach you the yes cue.
PAWS trains dogs so they can make a difference. Their good work brings together strangers from all walks of life, from animal lovers to military veterans to prison inmates, all in the service of those who served our country. We'll tell you all about it if you'll just hop in and travel with me. I'm Bob Phillips. This is a special edition of Texas Country Reporter.
You gonna take me for a walk, huh? Are you taking me for a walk? I've had a bond with animals since I was little bitty. The dogs we just seem to connect. So it's wonderful to have a job that you love and that the animals love you, and you just work together as a team. Go see Matt.
They say if you choose a job you love, you'll never have to work a day in your life.
Your time to get kisses.
And for Lori Stevens, that is certainly the case. She founded Patriot PAWS in 2005 when her dog training skills led her to a higher calling.
Back in 2005, I met some veterans at the VA hospital in Dallas, and they were trying to train their own dogs. And I'd been a service dog trainer for years, but when I saw those veterans and what they were trying to do, I said, it's kind of like one of those moments like, this is it. This is what I was supposed to do. Satisfied with your first introductions?
Yes.
So 4 volunteers got together and we started training service dogs for veterans. And it has blown today that we've placed over 70 of them.
The moment the dog does something we like them to do, the moment his butt hits the ground, I'm gonna click and he gets a treat after that.
That small group of volunteers has grown into an entire service dog training machine. Lori, her staff, and volunteers all over the state raise puppies into valuable companions. They assist people with a range of physical and emotional injuries.
Perfect.
We've worked with quadriplegics, paraplegics, double amputees, and we've realized over the years that just about every single veteran comes with some form of PTS. That's post-traumatic stress.
The dogs know that they have PTS?
Yes, they do. They are animals, but they have a sense that they can sense things you and I can't. It's just amazing on what they can do.
Veterans accepted into the program undergo their own training as well. They take classes and get to know the animals before they go home.
Get leash.
And in just a few short days, vets like Matt O'Brien already feel a difference.
You cannot pet a dog without smiling. As soon as I saw all the dogs here at Patriot PAWS, it was like I could not stop smiling, and I haven't smiled in a long, long time.
Come on, Johnny. He says, we almost match. Look at this. It's just amazing to see the change. It's not something that you're going to be able to put on a video camera. It's something that we see over the years, and they call us back. A veteran that won't look at you when he comes in, won't talk to you, but as he gets that puppy in his arms, and you see that just a half a grin of a smile, and you see a sparkle come in his eye.
This year, PAWS will place dog number 100. They take 2 years and $30,000 each to train, but no veteran will ever receive a bill. The way Lori Stevens sees it, she and everyone else at PAWS are simply paying back veterans who gave so much.
You think about these veterans have fought for our lives. You are not free, I'm not free without these veterans. People think that's just a slogan, but to me it's real. Even if Patriot PAWS wasn't here, I think I would go get a dog and I would train it. I'd go to the VA and go, you want a dog? You want a dog? You want a dog? Because I've seen the difference.
A patriotic woman helping our veterans. We'll hear from several more later in the program. But first, when we come back, see how PAWS' unique training program is changing an entirely different group of people. Stay with us.
So when you start this, all you're doing is playing. You're having fun with your puppy. Step one, play with the toy. Let the dog play on the toy while you hold the other end.
If you train the service dog right, he should never know he's working, he's playing with you. But if you go to work every single day, hard labor every day, they're not going to want to do it. So what dog does not want to play tug?
Overseeing a litter of dogs tugging on a laundry basket is just another day on the job for Lori Stevens. But for the volunteer trainers in this gray concrete gym, it's a special privilege. You see, most of the time, state prisoners aren't allowed to have pets.
For me, when I first came to Lane Murray, I saw the dogs on the unit, and I hadn't touched a dog in 30 years, so my dream was to be able to work with the dogs.
Pam Perillo has been in prison most of her life. She is one of a few dozen inmates who are now vital to the Patriot PAWS program.
We'd partnered with the Texas Department of Criminal Justice.
The prisons.
The prisons, female prisons is where we are right now. There's 2 of them in Gatesville, Texas. And we trained the ladies down there how to train the dogs.
Ready? Get it? Ah!
As part of their intense training regimen, Patriot PAWS dogs move into the Lane Murray and Crane units of the Gatesville Women's Prison. The inmates provide round-the-clock instruction and care, but that's nothing compared to what these pups give in return. Pam still remembers the day she joined PAWS.
I went out to the rec yard and I sit there for a couple hours and cried and pet the dog, and just being able to smell a dog, it was like, I don't want to start crying. I had been away from it so long, so it just meant a lot to me.
And as the women have fun turning their canine companions into certified service dogs, they also transform themselves.
It's changed the relationships with their families. It's changed the relationship on the units. I've seen inmates that walk in that their self-esteem was so low they wouldn't make eye contact with you, and they would barely speak. I walk in the door and they go, "Miss Stevens, you need to see what Bailey can do today." So excited, so turning their lives around. It gives them that purpose.
I feel like my time isn't wasted. I'm not just in limbo waiting for something, because I'm doing something productive. I'm doing something that's going to help this, a man or a woman.
There you go.
This has given me a new purpose in my life, to know that what I do is helping somebody and I'm not hurting somebody. It means a lot to me too, because I have taken so much, and to be able to give back and to know that now life is more meaningful to me.
Good girl. Way to go.
The dog and the veterans and this program has given me so much more, because I'm a convict, I'm an inmate. I'm gonna go home and to face so many adversities. But I can say, you know what, I did something good with myself. I did something good with my life.
For women like Maribel Medrano and Pam Perillo, this program is an opportunity to do something other than mark time. Even behind bars, they can give back to American veterans. And for those who get out, PAWS gives them a second chance. Perhaps no one understands that more than former inmate A.J. Blanchett.
I got out of prison. Lori called me in her office and said, "How about a job?" I said, are you kidding me? You know, it was just divine.
We've got a great recidivism rate. We've only got one that came back. Over 60 of them have been released that have been in my program for over 2 years. You've got to give everybody a second chance. I'm not perfect, and I'm sure you're not. I've been burned, and I'll be burned again, but I don't care. So I'm going to give them a chance. All right, let's kind of do it in order to help the gate. Let's go veterans first, let's go volunteers, and then we'll go staff, okay? Only thing I want from that veteran is you commit to come see me for 10 days. I spent 2 years training these dogs. I gotta spend at least 10 days training you.
When Patriot PAWS gives away a service dog, it's free of charge, but not free of responsibility. Today, this year's recipients have come from all over the country for intense study at the Gatesville Women's Prison. Inmates inside have been training dogs specifically for 4 veterans: Daniel, Frank, Michael, and Preston. And each one is excited to finally be behind bars.
After waiting roughly 2 years, I'm receiving a service dog from Patriot PAWS. I get goosebumps even thinking about it.
Veterans, let's get to your stations. We need to get ready for the question and answer session.
As the veterans learn all about life with a service dog, Lori Stevens and the PAWS staff will carefully watch the interactions. They will make sure every animal's personality fits with its future owner.
We have 4 veterans, we got 6 to 8 dogs that are here. And these dogs will work with all of these veterans. And you watch, dogs will tell you who they want to work for and who they don't.
So I've gone through a gamut of couple dogs, and finally they just put me with Kyle. And it was just like I jumped in a car and it was perfect and everything was right where, and I could just sit back and it was on autopilot. Let's go.
Each match is different because each veteran carries his own unique scars. Sleepless nights, crippling anxiety, constant pain. War affects no two people the same way.
Way to ask for an alternate behavior.
I have pushed love away for 8 years and felt unworthy to be loved because of my physical body failing.
I was usually taking 7 pills a day to help my anxiety, which I should only be taking 4, and I didn't abuse the anxiety medication, just my anxiety, I can never calm down.
I have numbness, tingling, pain throughout my entire body.
You're constantly looking over your shoulder and around and make sure nobody sneaks up behind you or anything like that.
PAWS has given dogs to veterans who served as far back as World War II, and any soldier from any era is eligible. Frank enlisted in the Army in the 80s. Daniel flew modern Air Force missions with nuclear launch codes in his care. Because no matter the mission, our military always faces risk.
Yeah, you get bullets flying over the fence and mostly mortars, and I mean, it's an everyday thing. So, you know, one could have your name on it, and that's all she wrote.
The chemical alarm did go off one day. I knew that I would have to go up on the flight deck when the time came. I did it, and I did it knowing in my mind at the time that I would die.
Each of these veterans did their duty for America, and the battle did not end when they returned home. Trauma, anxiety, and pain still keep them up at night, and Lori tosses and turns right along with them, terrified of her own ongoing battle against her organization's waiting list.
In America, veterans are committing suicide every single day, up to one every 65 minutes. A good day, I sleep all night. A bad day is I cry all night because of that waiting list. I do not want to lose one.
Patriot PAWS has been a lifeline for more than 70 veterans. And in just a few days, Lori Stevens will get to add names to her other list, the one that says lives saved. And these veterans will go home with a helper, a friend, who will make all the difference in the world.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I will do my darndest to do the best I can, to be the best owner of that animal so that hopefully we can be a team and my life can change and my family's life can become extremely positive.
I have a new friend, so I won't be eating supper by myself all the time or going out alone, you know? Buddies for life.
Heroes who will finally have their day. After the break, be there with us when they finally go home with their new dogs. We'll be right back.
First of all, I'd like to welcome each and every one of you to the 2015 graduation. Today's the day we realize all this work that we've done and all the long time these veterans have waited is coming together.
An entire village of donors, trainers, volunteers, and veterans has been working toward today. And they've all packed the prison gym in Gatesville, Texas, to see it unfold.
The graduation here is not just about me and what I feel. I think Patriot PAWS is a family, not just of our staff, but it's people who care.
That family includes those who once harmed others, but who now have learned to care. The prisoners must say goodbye to their four-legged friends, but through the tears, they're excited to see each dog realize its purpose.
They know we really don't need them. They sense that, they know that. So they get to their veteran and they're like, okay, this person needs me. So it's cool to see. I mean, it's definitely a once-in-a-lifetime experience. And that is basically what we do this for.
All eyes are on Preston, Frank, Michael, and Daniel. They offered their lives in service, and now this is the moment. Patriot PAWS will give them life back.
Frank, here comes Ross.
Can't say enough to the inmates, to Laurie, to Jane, the trainers of the dogs. I can't say enough.
This today and everything down here has been the best day of my life. To be loved on like this is just amazing.
You'll never be alone. You got a new family. Okay?
We're family now.
We're family.